Hello there, I'm Big Alias. I'm drinking... excuse me, I'm also coughing. I'm drinking a blue Lucozade. Which is weird. I mean, you get like a billion different flavours of Lucozade, and they all taste like one thing, which is like, you took a bunch of water, carbonated it, and threw a bag of sugar in. They all just taste the same. But this one is like neon blue, which somehow makes it taste better. Tastes better, but also the same. But we're not talking about that in this video. I want to talk about something else. I love the Alien films. Alien 1 is one of my favourite films of all time. Aliens is also up there. I always have a hard time choosing between the two because they're such different movies. And I still stand that Aliens and Star Wars Episode 3 are the two greatest drinking movies of all time, at least in terms of sci-fi. But this weekend, for a few subsequent days, I was on holiday from work. So I had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off, and of course I had Saturday and Sunday as well. I worked Monday to Friday. But I'm also a dad to a incredible 2-year-old, and so I have to put a lot of work into that, and I don't get to sip mojitos by the pool or do anything like that. I've been taking her out to do stuff and have a good time, and do all that family stuff. But I have to reward myself somehow, right? I have to enjoy the holiday experience. So at the end of the day, when everyone's in bed, my partner and I have been taking alternate turns on, being up and attentive to my daughter when she wakes up in the middle of the night. And when it's not my turn, I've been rewarding myself by watching tacky sci-fi movies and having a few beers. Tonight it's going to be, I have a 4-pack of beers and a pizza ready, and it's going to be Starship Troopers. But over the weekend I did AVP 1 and AVP 2, Aliens vs Predator 1 and Aliens vs Predator Requiem. And that's because I've never actually seen these Alien movies because they always... I was like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. They look too tacky, too bad, and I just can't handle it. But I decided to bite the bullet and do it this weekend. And it was interesting. It didn't go exactly the way I thought it would. Now, I will say both of these films are not good. They're both very bad, very low budget. I don't know about low budget, but very low budget feeling movies. So let's start with AVP, Alien vs Predator 1. You can really feel the tact, the tackiness in this one. It didn't play out the way that I thought it would either. They're in like this icy location, and I didn't expect them to like lean into the like melodramatic, tongue-in-cheek, sort of absurd, almost like expressionist, over the top set design nature of it. Like the green screen is so bad, and the sort of tacky music in the background, the monologues as they stare out into the distance. I didn't expect it to be as sort of isolated as it is. I remember seeing occasional clips here and there. The whole thing is essentially set between two locations mostly, sort of in this like tunnely area, and in this sort of more exterior location on a boat. A group of brilliant people are hired by Bishop to go and uncover this pyramid that's underground, and they go and uncover it, but they find the Predator in there, and they also find Alien in there, the Xenomorph, and they fight. Just because they start fighting. It's like, dude, no, it's my turf. It really feels like a sort of like, nah, this is where I live. It's not going to be where you live type of fight. But what I really didn't expect was when the lead character unites with Predator, and then they fight Alien together, and they have a weird scene where she like stares at his face, and they have like almost a romantic link between the two. It was very tacky. There was a moment where a character was shooting, I think it was the Alien, as it was heading towards him, and the sound sounded like the Desert Eagle sound effect from Modern Warfare 2, and I was sat there on my own at like 1:30 at night, laughing my ass off completely on my own, watching this movie. It was absolutely hilarious, and yeah, like I said, by the end of it, they just, the lead ends up fighting with the Predator. The lead, by the way, I love my partner very much, beautiful soulmate, love of my life, blah 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 blah. But if you need a reason to watch this movie, then it's the lead. She's I wanted nothing but good things to happen to this lead character. It's a super old movie, so time is I'm sure changed. But wow, what a beautiful actress. But yeah, but I will say, surprisingly, it had a lot of heart. I had a very good time. It's not good. It's tacky, but it's the right kind of tacky. It's a very beer me bro tacky movie. And I like it for that. I didn't expect to come back to these movies at any point, but I think I want to come back to this one. I had so much fun that I would love to come back to this one again. So, Alien vs. Predator 1, awful film, but man, a whole lot of fun. I don't know if the director intended, like, put a lot of effort in or anything like that, but it had some soul, and I enjoyed that. Which cannot be said for Requiem. Requiem is the experience I expected to have with both of the films. This is just bad. I didn't enjoy my time with Requiem at all. The characters were also like vapid and uninteresting and boring. Well, uninteresting thing is that the first Alien vs. Predator film was made in 2004, the second one was made in 2007, and in that 3-year gap, it is kind of amazing how different color grading, shots, overall cinematography got. And I don't think it's a budget thing, because I really do think like each of the films are very of their time. There's not really too much filtering, too much work on the color grading in the 2004 film, whereas in Requiem, we have that like heavy teal on people's skin. No, not teal, sorry, heavy salmon and orange on people's skin. They use the orange and teal filter quite intensely in this film, and like shaky cam and a lot of deep focus and stuff like that you just didn't get in the 2004 film. But that doesn't matter. If anything, that kind of makes it a little bit less soulful, because you lose the tackiness there. The shot composition is actually okay here and there in this film, and I don't know, that kind of makes it feel a little bit too try hard. And it's the location. They like the aliens and the predators come up to the surface, and they're like taking over these neighborhoods, these like cliche neighborhoods. And they barely ever show up. They're never like kung fu. They full on had a wrestling match in Aliens vs Predator 2004. In this one, I don't know. They're just kind of like sleuthing around, waiting for something to happen. We focus a lot on the like teen characters and what's happening with them. I don't care, dude. I don't want to know about you and your pizza delivery boy job. Piss off, Philip J. Fry. I just want to watch two bad costumes smack into one another, and I don't really get that here. It's just kind of like it felt very of its time too. Like there's these aerial shots and these swooping shots that would now be drone shots of like white suburban neighborhoods that were huge in 2007, and I'd seen those shots thousands of times before. There's just nothing overly fun about the film. It lacked the fun factor and soul that I got from the first one. So I just would not recommend Requiem. I had a much better time with the first one, which feels like a really weird thing to say. I shouldn't have enjoyed either of the films. But you know what? The first one gets my pass. I'm going to recommend the first one, but you need beer first, or any kind of drink. You need a couple of drinks in order to enjoy this one to its fullest. But kind of just close it off there. It almost makes it more fun that there's a cliffhanger ending at the end of AVP 1. So I don't know, that just makes it even more like tacky and presumptuous, and I like that about the film. But just don't bother with Requiem. It's just it's rubbish. They're both rubbish. But what am I talking about?
The PlayStation is only $149, and you can also get leading titles.